Good evening and welcome to the preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday. It's a reasonable card. It's a shame that they put unraced in race 5. It's effectively knocked out the 6 up and knocked out the TT jackpot. There is a small DT jackpot on races 3 and 4 we'll be playing there, and I think I found a couple in the last race at a price that might give us a bit of value to play the quartet there. We start the card, race 1, class 5. We've seen all these all year. There's a couple here that have drawn reasonably well. Just Mystere is an interesting one. Its trial was pretty good. You got it held up between runners over the last couple of 100 metres. Got beaten 2 lengths. Track work's been good. It's only been here once before, so we can't really knock it on that. I think it'll be a bit of a price. Give it a chance. All times lucky. It's got a decent barrier draw, but I mean, horses that have had 14, 15 runs for no wins. That's the type of race this is. Flying Keeper will be running on again as usual. Red Adventurer, Maria goes on to this. It's going to improve. Barrier 1's going to help. Of the rest, probably Kowloon, East King. 4 on top from 7 and 10, 11, 8 and 9. Not a race I've got any great opinion on. We go to race 2. Slightly better race here. But again, we've seen most of these all season. Mr. Marfark, another one that's gone back to the trials, has been a run for 5 weeks. I think it's going to improve. The track might be a bit tight for it, but I think he'll settle it back and come around them. He could probably sit 3 wide from the 600 and beat these. It's got a good chance in this. Humongous, it's getting close, but like always with this horse, back in the field looking for a run at the 200. That's its caper. It's got one sprint of about 200 metres. If he can hold it up and get it out at the right time, it's got a good chance in this weak race. All My Gloria is one that's got absolutely no form, but its trial was good and its track work's being good, sort of belies its race form. If it brings any of that to this tomorrow night, it's got a winning chance. Of the rest, Starlit Warrior, Mobile King, Secretary of State, and probably Viva Guy to a lesser extent. 5 on top from 9, 7, 11, 3, 6 and 4. We go to race 3. This is the first leg of the DT jackpot. Looks a race where 5 Call Me Achiever or 3 Gentilis. I think one of these two is going to win. They look well above the rest of them. It's probably a double banker type scenario. Both drawn well, good riders. Of the rest, number 4 Glory Horsey, 8 Happily Time. The 2 Double Master, the bad draw's the problem. He's got a new trainer and he's trialled it really well, so I give it a pretty reasonable chance in this sort of race. I think of the rest, you've got to go pretty deep to start throwing things in. The 7 Nazarcat's lad, he slaughtered it last start. He went out at 100 mile an hour in front. He's got the boot. Preble goes on, rides it a bit more patiently in front. Maybe it can get into the placings. And 1 Season Star runs well here, goes good this track and distance. The barrier's not going to help. It'll have to go back, but it has to go in. 5 to beat 3. I think they're probably a good double banker scenario from 4, 8, 2, 7 and 1. Race 4, I think Firestarter's ready to win now. Delusa's suspended, otherwise he'd be on it. Douglas White takes over. He rode it in some track work the other morning. It's good enough to win this. The run behind Luger suggests it's got a bit of upside, probably a lot more than most of these. 7 Victory General, interesting run last start. Was slow away, settled last in the 1,000 metre race, and then come flying home and run 4th. That's not its go. It's normally up on the speed. The 1200 will suit it better. Gets it out of the gates, it'll be right on the pace. 11 Friends of Yanoi, it's been racing well. Barrier 1 should get it right onto the speed. Of the rest, 3 Flashing Guy, 5 Key Witness, 10 Copy Star look the main chances. Race 5 passed because of the unraced. Race 6, highest acclaim. It's been working really well, this horse. It's a hard one to catch because you never know if it's going to jump. Most of the times it plays up at the barrier. This horse either wins or runs last. In a race like this, if he gets it out of the gates and it doesn't go nuts before the start, it's got a good chance. You read my mind. It's the obvious danger. Obviously, with Maria on it, it's going to be short. Victorious, good run last start. Barrier 12, absolutely no help to it. It's going to go back and need a lot of luck. The top weight, Regency Luck, this has improved. Its trial was really good. It's got no form. He's given it 5 or 6 weeks off, so just be careful with this one. Must go in. Of the rest, excuse me. Of the rest, 4 Getaway Guys, 6 Cheers Joy. Look, the only other chances. 3 on top from 7, 2, 1, 4, 6. We go to race 7. Jazzy Feeling. Now that it's had the one run over the 1600, I think it's cherry ripe. It'd be much better if he finally takes this to Sha-Tin, but for some reason they want to keep racing it here. The longer straight at Sha-Tin will suit it. But from barrier 4, Douglas White. If he hadn't hit it with the whip at the 100 last start, it would have won. It shied and went sideways. That cost it the race. He rides it quiet. It should win. Number 3, Emperor Claudius. No speed in this race. I think this will go to the front and set a nice tempo. If they let it bludge in front, that's its go, and it can win a race like this when it gets that scenario. 6, Calling with Love. It's racing well. Barrier 11 doesn't help its chances, but it's got a bit of ability. 1, Enthusiasm. 12, Furio. Its last run was better than its look. This horse has got duck eggs everywhere, but 2 or 3 of these runs are a hell of a lot better than they look on paper. Don't be surprised to see this run a race at a price. Number 10, One of a Kind, 7, Mega Champion, must go in. And the Gangster Supaninsky from barrier 1, Saboric's going in. I suppose you could throw it in as a chance. 4 on top, Clear from 3, 6, 1, 12, 10, 7. The last race, the first couple in the betting here, I think I got a couple of convictions. That's Pleasure Gains. It's got the wide draw and up in distance. Not sure about this horse. Every time it draws bad, they drag it back and it usually runs poor. Not a lot of speed in this race. Bullish Boy is probably going to lead. And it's a little bit suspect, I think, at the distance. It doesn't really run out of strong 1650 unless it gets an absolute bludge in front. It may not get that here. And I think these are the 2 favourites. I think they're both risky. I found 2 that I thought were red-hot rides last start. One was Jolly Victor, number 9. Now Teton goes on to this, a bit more aggressive. You can ping it out of the gates from barrier 2 and get it up midfield somewhere and get it off the fence at around the 500. I think this will be charging home and very hard to beat over the 1800. That's its winning distance range. Goes good this track and distance. At 15 to 1, it's massive overs for me. The other one is Lucky Double 8. Been waiting for this horse. They've been playing a bit of ducks and drakes with this. They keep taking it over to Sha-Tin and running around. Now this has got a Derby nomination. It'd want to win this to get into the Derby. I think it's more than capable. I think with Saboric's going on it, Casper Fans has got this ready to fire. It's around 12 or 15 to 1 also. I think we've got 2 terrific ones in the last at a price to take on the favourites. And the third one is Travel Band. Now, I think this could get up onto the speed from barrier 3 and take a nice sit just behind the lead. If he does that with it, it'll be in the finish as well. They're the 3 that I think have all well and truly over the odds, especially 9 Jolly Victor and 6 Lucky Double 8. They're the main 2. Travel Band third string behind them. It's only about 5 or 6 to 1. From a quartet point of view, I think we've got terrific value here. I think the favourites are a risk, and there's every possible chance they could miss a place completely if things go our way. 9 on top from 6-11, 8, 2, 3, 1, and there's a couple more you could throw in for 34, probably 4 and 5. There's a bit of value in the last if you want to have a bet. Good luck if you're playing tomorrow, and good luck to everybody for tomorrow night. Thanks for tuning in, guys.